Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Talking Freight, the weekly freight series brought to you by Ceresys, a North American transportation management solutions company and 3PL. We continue our series on making your freight more attractive or achieving the elusive status of shipper of choice in order to survive any capacity crunch. As many shippers are seeing now, full truckload rates are going up as capacity is now getting tighter. This too will hit the LTL mode soon, so shippers need to be prepared. So if you didn't catch last week's episode, click up at the top of this video and you can check it out and watch that today. Today we'll continue that thought by talking about the capacity crunch. It seems like it's going to be the new normal, but what is a shipper to do? Well, keep these 5 quick tips in mind to become shipper of choice. The capacity crunch is now here, and many shippers find themselves forced to compete with one another for carriers. In fact, it is so vogue now to say shipper of choice that you can find countless blogs, ours included, that are going to give you some quick tips on how to do so. If you find yourself struggling to keep up with transportation in general, and all that goes into it, you may want to look at outside help from someone like Ceresys or another 3PL who's focused on transportation management. If you want to sit down and talk to somebody, call up one of the account executives and don't hesitate to reach out to us or any company today. In the meantime, let's go over these 5 quick tips. The first one is tender accordingly. Your carriers have their sweet spot just like everyone else. Make sure you understand how your outbound and inbound aligns with your carrier needs, and then tender accordingly. Make transportation a win-win partnership. The next tip is to reduce dwell time. Keep your yard clean, your doors clearly marked, and your loads ready. Have the resources to load efficiently and help your loading driver get on his or her way. Make it nice to do business with you at your dock as well as the corner office. The third tip is to have respectful treatment. We value our drivers and the carriers we partner with here at Ceresys, and it is the reason we continue to find capacity with and for our customer shippers. And we greet them with a collaborative partner mindset. You too should think this way. If you think about it, without the carriers at all, how would you get your product to your customer? The fourth quick tip is to have open communication. Being a shipper of choice means assuring your carriers with ongoing communication and complete, detailed load information and availability. Our expertise in TMS allow us to make communication with carriers a top priority. If you're not using the right tools or technology, or you don't have the right people in place to effectively sustain and scale your transportation efforts, again, consider looking for outside help. Now, the last tip is to make sure you have quick payment. As previously stated, recognize the importance and vital role your carriers play in the success of your logistics business. It's just another way to show your respect and give reason to join your carrier community. At Ceresys, our freight payment and freight invoice consolidation services allow us to quickly pay carriers, making sure our shippers stay shipper of choice. Then our customers enjoy only 1 invoice per week versus the many and thousands they could receive on their own. So how are you holding up these great transportation capacity crunch times? What tips would you offer? There are some that often say that a capacity crunch doesn't exist at all. But the reality is, with recent natural disasters and rates on the incline and the economy improving, the capacity crunch is going to hit all shippers. And you have to do anything you can to avoid delays or increase costs. So take these 5 easy to apply tips and put them in practice today. Now, that's it for this week's episode of Talking Freight. But we don't want you to miss a single one. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, hit the bell icon when you're on our page, and you won't miss a single episode. You'll get a notification every time we hit publish on Friday. We hope you enjoyed today's episode, and we hope you have a fantastic weekend.